Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Today, we're going to be taking another look at gaming NFT news because you can't stop NFT gaming from taking over this shindig, all right? Dead or Alive, a creator announces his new studio's first game. And oh yes, it's an NFT thing. So the creator of Dead or Alive, Tomonobu Ikagaki, has announced the name of his new company, Apex Game Studios, along with its first project, and it's an NFT project. It's called Warrior. The first game from Itagaki's new studio promises a 3A fantasy MMO experience that looks like it's based around a Pokemon-style system of collecting and battling mod servants. I really wish they would stop doing this. I think this is what Axie Infinity is all about as well. And there's a whole bunch of technically Pixelmon is also like this as well. Stop making these stupid fucking Pokemon ripoffs and just make an actual decent fucking game that is of your own damn creation. But anyways, each of which is an NFT. If that sounds a little sparse on details, it's because the bulk of Warrior's website and press release instead centered on a bunch of verbiage around the Web3, that is to say, blockchain technology that underpins the whole thing. Indeed, Warriors players can delight in an experience that aims to solve the performance, security, and sustainability issue of GameFi. Didn't really know what GameFi was when I looked it up. It's essentially just, PvE, play to earn Web3 games that are based in an economy where which people basically own their assets and are free to be able to trade them. They can earn cryptocurrency. It's Web3, baby. So through the game's built-in token system, these Warrior Diamond tokens allow the trade of practically all the assets that players obtain in the game. A tweet from the man himself: my Apex Game Studio set up and incubated its first game, Warriors. My studio focuses on producing high quality and immersive 3A Web 3 games. Warriors aim to solve the performance, security issues and what I just said. Now, how exactly? They don't really explain it that much. So, you're kind of left in the dark here at that. In simpler terms, that pretty much means your ownership of in-game items and cosmetics is going to be registered on the blockchain and they can be traded, right? Exactly what I said. So Itagaki's ambitions don't end there, though. Once the NFT-based Warriors is out of the way, Apex Game Studio plans to try their hand at making games in the metaverse. It says here, just as soon as someone can figure out what that actually means. I mean, as we've seen, if you have not, Yuga Labs is in the process of, they were testing out. I'm not sure when the exact launch fully of the whole thing is going to be, but they were launching and testing, stress testing how many people can be on the server at once. There were a bunch of people. They've done a ton of these tests. The metaverse is coming, people. Even faster than I imagined it would be, but they've got the money, so they can probably hire the people to make this a thing. But it obviously was going to take time. It wasn't going to happen overnight. The stage in which NFTs are at now, I would say only kind of got here in the past year to 2 years, even though they've been around since 2012, technically. So the whole announcement reads like Deutsche Banks and Blizzards, and this guy basically just insults it for the rest of the article. He does say at the bottom here that it's sad to see another once great creator join the gold rush. Yeah, this is definitely going to, again, money is going to be is always the driving force. It's the entirety of civilization. It's the entire reason you're even able to watch me right now is because someone was paying somebody to do this. Otherwise, people might not have bothered to try and invent this in the first place. You have to give them a reason and an incentive, right? Maybe some guy would have done it out of boredom, but still. So, I can't be like it's too sad. I'm not much of a gamer myself. I don't game anymore. I haven't in a very, very long time. Not even on my phone do I have any games. So maybe chess I think is on there, but that doesn't really count as what, as current games are concerned. So when I get for, real staunch gamers, this seems like a blow. Every NFT thing that happens, every time you lose someone notable in the industry to the NFT world, I think you're going to find a piece eventually. And honestly, it almost doesn't fucking matter. Not to be cruel, but at some point, I can really hate something, but if the next generation grows up with that thing, they don't know anything better. So they just adapt to it, and then that just becomes the status quo for them until something else changes, and they're mad about that. So unfortunately, if people are willing to go through this and willing to pay for this, there's not much you can do to stop it, unfortunately. So moving on, GameStop. This is hilarious. GameStop launches an NFT platform amid broader company shakeup. Yeah, because they fucking fired a bunch of people, like 25% of them. Canned them and be like, well, sucks to suck. Hey, check out our new NFT marketplace during a market downturn. Of course. So GameStop has launched its NFT marketplace, the company announced on Monday. I thought they had already done this. I didn't realize it just happened on like the 11th, but whatever. The marketplace is accessible for a crypto wallet such as MetaMask and GameStop's own recently created wallet. The company's NFT marketplace is a non-custodial, meaning you have to custody it yourself, Ethereum layer 2 based marketplace that enables parties to truly own their own digital assets, which are represented and secured on the blockchain. GameStop said in its release, over time, the marketplace will expand the functionality to encompass additional categories such as Web3, gaming, more creators, and other Ethereum environments. We have another article on this as well that I want to touch on after, because they really don't have much going on around about games. They're mostly kind of focused on selling game collectibles and memorabilia, not even, and like ixnay the memorabilia part, and just sort of random original game collectibles that don't exist to actual games. It's kind of weird, and I don't understand why they would go that particular route, but anyways, we'll get to that. In a company-wide email shared with Yahoo Finance, GameStop's chief executive officer noted that the efforts came after partnerships with the crypto infrastructure builder Immutable and the second layer application Loopring, which allows developers to build crypto exchanges on top of Ethereum, and they were able to do that. So they said, our leadership team is committed to profitably growing our commons business and launching new products, including those developed by our blockchain team. Execution on these objectives will position us to evolve our customers as collectibles, entertainment, and gaming become incredibly more intertwined with the digital asset and the Web3 community. I think their hope is that eventually this will all sort of mix together seamlessly, and they will be able to start providing game assets and games themselves from their NFT marketplace off with people who are developing these Web3 video games. Right now, they don't really have any big names, though, as this article kind of goes to explain. The video game retailer that recently just launched their marketplace, appears to have particularly no real ties to video games at all, which is what I was just saying. You would think that GameStop they would be doing deals with major video game brands and forming partnerships to sell licensed IPs of big name video game icons on its store. Own your own unique image of a Mario or a Master Chief or a Lara Croft or whatever ever, right? But unfortunately, we don't live in that world. Mainstream video game companies have avoided NFTs for the most part, which is why we don't really which is why you get a bunch of Pokemon ripoffs instead of just getting fucking Pokemon. And you're probably going to see this for a long time. I think the bigger companies are kind of just waiting to see how these smaller guys and the people who are willing to take it on sort of come up. I mean, you have you have some other bigger names, and brain's fucking farting right now, but you have some bigger names, but the majority of the really, really big guys are not getting too heavily into it. Because again, they just want to see kind of what happens before they, risk the backlash of their people, right? Like Square Enix, I think, is decided like, hey, we're gonna chill and take a break and see. We're not gonna dive right into it, even though they had talked about it previously before. So the most generous way you can describe GameStop NFT marketplace is an OpenSea knockoff with generally worse artwork. This is something I keep seeing a lot. I don't know how many marketplaces there are anymore. There seems like there's an abundance of them, and they're far too much. We don't need this many marketplaces. You need like a few, and then you need the rest of them to be niche. There's like there's like a music marketplace, and then there is like a fashion marketplace, and then there is like OpenSea, which is like the eBay, which has everything that you're looking for, or the Amazon's got a whole bunch of shit. And then you got like the video game focused ones and stuff like that. And you can have a few in each of them, but there are so many now. They're all doing the exact same thing, just a bunch of bullshit. And they're almost becoming like NFTs and cryptocurrencies of themselves, right? Like there's just so many that don't do anything or do the exact same thing and really have nothing more than a name to support them. So they say here, like you can see some of the collectibles here look like complete trash and really have no association to any currently existing game that I know of, at least not big enough to really be worth anything. But the fucking weird thing is, as for what's selling and for how much, it's too early to say. There are certainly some sky high prices listed though, as owners try to convince people that a gift of an unlicensed running Game Boy, literal running Game Boy, is worth $500,000. But a lot of what I'm seeing appears to be mostly just meme pricing, posting attempts to sell things for 42 ETH, 69 ETH, 420 ETH. The highest prices this article guy had seen though was about 5,000. It was another running Game Boy, but had a weed theme. It was a weed themed NFT, and they were being on sale for 5,000 ETH or 5.3 million. So the one good thing about this listing system is that you can see what price both were purchased for around 12 hours prior, and it was like $50, bro. So this is why I'm like, bro, like they're just trying to capitalize on what happened previously with OpenSea and how it, everything went crazy. I'm like, that ship has long since fucking sailed. You're not gonna get that right now. Oh, and this is just harming the overall push of NFTs and NFT gaming, which I think can coincide next to regular gaming, and like they don't need to interact with each other. They don't need to be the same thing. Obviously, people are gonna be mad if their studios are paying more attention to the NFT gaming side, but if the money's more on that side, you could obviously see why they would. Anyways, I'm moving on to Solana NFT marketplace Magic Eden launches gaming venture arm. So Magic Eden is the latest NFT marketplace. Again, another fucking marketplace. Solana already has them. But apparently this is the unicorn of it or whatever, because it recently raised a war chest of like, I think its company's valuation is like at 1 billion. Okay. Now we know how the firm is spending some of that cash. It's launching a gaming centric investment arm today. I don't know if I was blocking when I said that. So now we know how the firm is spending some of that cash. It has launched a gaming-centric investment arm. Today, the firm reveals Magic Ventures, a venture investment arm that will focus specifically on Web3 gaming. To pursue that mission, the company has hired Tony Zhao, formerly of Chinese gaming giant Tencent. I recently read an article about Tencent. Don't remember what it was about, so didn't even need to mention it, to be honest. As its new head of gaming investments, Zhao told the Crypt that Magic Ventures investments will be purely strategic in nature and provide support to developers of NFT-powered video games, rather than an approach the investment with the expectation of making return on the funds. Why are you lying for? You want to make money. Somehow this makes you money. Even if it doesn't make you money directly, somehow it makes you money. We're not thinking about returns, you fucking liar. God, the pants are so on fire. Never have and never will. Never have, never will. Why do you run a business then, dog? Said Zhao. It's just to align our partnerships together, right? We really want to be the go-to partnership for these developers. So when people see that we're putting all this money toward these new crypto NFT gaming stuff, and they come over to our platform, they're gonna line our pockets, our fat fucking pockets, with some nice cashola. All right, our digital wallets are gonna be swimming in cryptocurrency. That's what's happening here. Why are you lying for, bro? When Magic Ventures sign game developers, they'll enter a Magic Eden ecosystem that offers a launch pad for primary sales of new NFTs, as well as a secondary market for ongoing sales. The Solana-based marketplace currently commands 90% or more of Solana's entire NFT market share. Jesus Christ. Zhao said that the goal is to help ease the entry of game makers into the Web3. I mean, that's fine. I think they're fucking lying about the profit part. They're making money in some way. You know what I mean? It brings notoriety. It brings people to their platform, whatever. But they did say that they're not really looking to foot all of the money. It's an arm. It's an extension. It's a part of what they're trying to do with this Magic Eden stuff. So they're giving a little bit of money to help, and they're giving a lot more information on how to proceed, rather than just funding them completely, right? We're not funding the entire development of games. He said our value add is not capital. It's all about the infrastructure solutions and an NFT experience that no one else in the market can provide. I mean, is that true? I don't know. There are so many goddamn marketplaces that hell if I know, man. They raised 130 million multi-chain expansion. Fantastic. Lovely. So anyways, that's kind of the immediate gaming news. Want to talk about this kind of stuff because it was, things are constantly moving in the NFT space, like pretty fast, actually. And it's very like subterranean, I would say. I don't think most people realize that it's happening like that. Like I think a lot of my friends don't know anything about NFTs. They don't really talk about them, and that's fair and that's fine. And they're not even really that into crypto either, but they're at least more aware of crypto and what's going on in that market than they are anything about the NFT market. So it's funny to me to watch and see this kind of stuff happening. Like every possible thing you can think of, NFTs have dipped their toes in, and or the entire body is in there in some way. I'm like down to my fashion, my music, like they're there. You know what I mean? Like they're there. So my entertainment, my movies, like it doesn't matter. So video games, like everyone, I don't think people realize that NFTs are slowly taking over the world and cryptocurrencies alongside with them. So we'll see though. We'll see, man. I'm enjoying every day of it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think of NFT gaming? Are you an NFT gamer? Are you looking forward to NFT gaming? Are you a regular gamer and you hate this? Do you like NFTs, but also you're a regular gamer and you don't want to see this? That would be interesting if you have both those, that kind of dichotomy going on in your head right now. Anyways, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.